What's up guys, welcome to my channel. To start things off, I have an anime rap channel called Sensei Beats, and I've posted a few anime raps there, and I'll continue to post more and more. You should check it out, your support and feedback would be much appreciated. Secondly, there's my Discord server if you want to join an active otaku community where there are regular anime quizzes and stuff like that. You should consider joining it. The links to both the channel and the server will be down in the description box down below. Anyways, back to the video. Now, I'm sure that many of you are veterans who've watched over 9,000 anime, but guess what? I doubt that even a single one of you have watched every anime in this list. That's right, you're sure to get an anime or two that you have never watched before. Well, let's talk about them. First one on our list is 𝐒𝐻𝐻. Right, so this anime is about giant humanoid artifacts. So, an ancient artifact gets discovered during the construction of a dam, and suddenly the United Nations Research Institute is established in Japan. Now, scientists from all over the world are at this institute, and their job is to investigate the mystery behind this mysterious artifact. Meanwhile, their kids spend their days studying at the Mount Tate High School that was built specifically for the sons and daughters of all these scientists. Now, here's where it gets interesting. A young girl named Yukina, who's the daughter of the head scientist, she somehow manages to realize something important about the artifact. And then something happens, and just like that, a samurai from the Sengoku era pops up in front of her. Of course. For those of you who don't know, the Sengoku era happened around the 15th and 16th century, which is why this samurai is pretty old and has a knack for saving princesses. Anyways, as you can guess, the samurai is our main character. His job is to protect the girl who got him into this time. As for why he wants to do that, well, you'll find out about that when you actually watch this anime. There's a lot more to the artifact than I've told you so far.
なあ、さっきから何ブツブツ言って。おい。よ
かった。あなたは私たちの希望かもしれないの。
And next up we have Under the Dog. This anime is a 40-minute long short film, so you can watch it while you eat your breakfast. Or should you? There are some teenagers trying to assassinate each other in this anime, so I guess not everyone would like that sort of thing, especially when they're having their morning tea, unless they have some questionable personality. But that's an entirely different story. Anyways, this anime takes place in the year 2025, which is 5 years from now, and the Olympics were called off because of a terrorist attack, and not because of the pandemic. At the site of where the Olympics were supposed to take place, a special school had been constructed. Among all of the students, there are 7 that stand out because they have some supernatural abilities. These students are called flowers, and although they appear as students on the outside, they are undercover secret agents of the United Nations Intelligence Agency. And their goal is to assassinate those students who have similar abilities to them. If the flowers don't succeed, it would mean the death of their loved ones. Oh, did I mention you'll be seeing a lot of oppa in this? Yeah, in this action sci-fi thriller anime, you'll see a lot of oppa. And that's another good reason to watch it. Up next we have Senko no Night Raid. This anime takes place a little before the happening of the Second World War, 10 years to be precise. The main focus of this anime is a group named Sakurai Kilken. It's a very secret organization whose members are all mutant psychics or something like that. Their abilities are far above that of any normal human. This secret organization does whatever it takes to understand the truths behind all the conspiracies in this world. They stop the mind games and eliminate every single threat. However, is it really possible for psychics to take care of everything all by themselves? Especially if the things they're up against are capable of wreaking havoc onto the world. The main character, Ayumiyoshi, has the ability to control the speed of objects around him. He can dodge bullets and do insanely overpowered stuff like it's nothing. He spends his days running a photo studio with another member of the agency, just so they can hide the fact that they're spies. I'd say if you're interested in what happened before the Second World War and how countries like China, Korea, and Japan were affected, you should definitely check this anime out. There is some good history knowledge in here. Up next on our list we have Planet With. Have you guys ever seen a dragon in your dreams? Well, I don't even remember if I've ever dreamt at all. It's just that when you wake up it all goes into the abyss. Unless if you have a rare case of sleep paralysis, and well, that's a serious problem. Anyways, dragons appear in dreams, having a secret meaning. The main character, 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻, had a nightmare where he saw a ridiculously large dragon destroy everything around him. What happens next is what made Sawyer question a lot of things. He's later told that he lost his parents and his past memories in an accident, and now even living seems like a nightmare to him. He continues to live his life with his two guardians, a maid named 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐻 and a cat named Sensei. But then, a teddy bear-shaped UFO comes up and starts wreaking havoc in the city. The military seems to be ineffective against it, but 7 heroes emerge and save the day by using the same kind of light that Sawyer saw in his dream. Obviously, Sawyer decides to go up against the 7 heroes himself, all the while believing that they're the ones who made his life a living hell. An interesting main character indeed. And up next we have Vivid Strike. This anime is sort of a side story of an anime called Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha. The main anime has 4 seasons, and the spin-off series that we're talking about in this is a side story of the final season. Even if you can separately watch and enjoy the spin-off, watching it after the whole series will make the experience much more nostalgic. The story goes like this. 2 girls named Fuka and Renee are raised in the same orphanage and became very close friends. But then, something happened that made Renee overwhelm Fuka with her martial arts skills, and that became the reason why they departed ways. Now that Fuka is all on her own, she's living in poverty, and one day she meets a famous martial arts champion named 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻. She's a girl too, by the way. 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻 realizes that Fuka has hidden talent for martial arts. She ends up offering Fuka a job and coaching. This inspired Fuka to finally meet Renee again, in a fighting ring. As you can see, other than a character or 2 of another anime story, this one has nothing to do with the main one. You can even choose to watch this one first and then the main series. And now at the halfway point we have Level E. The manga that this anime was adapted from was created by Togashi Yoshihiro. He's the same guy who created Hunter x Hunter, and to be honest, this anime actually kind of gives you a Hunter x Hunter vibe. The Earth has all sorts of unusual and even gross species, and not many of them want peace. Some are on Earth to do valuable research, although almost all the others are just criminals. But the situation changes when the prince of the planet Dogra, named 𝐵AKA-OG, pronomen for all you who just saw 𝐵AKA-OG from Gintama flashing in the back of your eyes. So this stupid prince comes down to Earth and he has a very high IQ, and he doesn't show much interest unless it's in tormenting people, physically or mentally. That's right, this anime is all about the ridiculous adventures of the stupid prince who has an unusually high IQ, and that really is what makes it so ridiculously hilarious. And up next we have Breakblade. So, let's start with the main character. His name is Ryguard Arrow, he's 25 years old, and unlike the majority of the world, he was unable to use the magic called quartz. He used to work with his brother on a farm, who also couldn't use quartz, and that's why their dad sold all of their quartz tools and replaced them with normal ones, so the boys could get stronger and they wouldn't feel like outcasts. His father later sent him to the 𝐒𝐴𝐚's military school, where he became friends with 𝐒𝐻, 𝐿𝐷, and 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐩𝐿. All four of them became well known as the four problem children of the 𝐒𝐴𝐚 military school, and Ryguard himself got called the king of the makeup tests. Later, Ryguard becomes the pilot of a golem called Delphine, which was specifically designed for someone who cannot use quartz. He joins the army and vows to protect his brother and friends. But is that all there is to it? It also doesn't take him long to understand the harsh realities of war. It's either kill or be killed. This anime has an interesting story, and it has a high quality animation and soundtracks to back that up. I'd say you shouldn't miss out on this military-based shonen anime with a good animation. And next up we have Comet Lucifer. Even though the animation of this anime is quite good, the anime itself seems to be getting quite a lot of hate. Probably because in the short span of 12 episodes, they tried to cram a lot in there. There are elements of mecha, sci-fi, action, fantasy, adventure, or maybe even some slice of life. And that's exactly why this anime became the jack of all trades. Anyways, the animation's good, so let's talk about it. The story takes place in the world of Gift, and there's a crystal called Giftium, and everyone seems to want it. The main character, named Sugo Amagi, is also interested in that very crystal. In fact, he's interested in all sorts of crystals. He developed this interest by seeing his mother watch and research on different types of crystals. One day, Sugo accidentally ends up in an old mine, and there he sees a girl named Fella emerging from a large crystal. It also doesn't take Sugo long to realize that Fella is being pursued by many organizations who want her power for their own good. And as you can expect, Sugo and his friends vow to protect her.
待てそこをどけ何をする気だどけ
On second place we have Shining Heart. Hey you! Yes you! Do you want to make some pastries? Or rather see some thick girls make some pastries? Oh, I'm sure you do! But sadly that isn't all this anime's about. One day, a girl named Kaguya washes ashore on the island of Windaria after a great storm. A young swordsman named Rick, who also works in a bakery with 3 beautiful young girls who make pastries together, comes across Kaguya. It doesn't take him long to realize that Kaguya has lost all of her memories and emotions. Meanwhile, the peaceful island of Windaria is ravaged with pirates who want the stone that Kaguya is wearing around her neck. Just like that, Rick and his 3 beautiful co-workers go from working at the bakery to bringing back peace to the island and protecting Kaguya. Talk about one epic turn of events. And at first place we have Dances with the Dragons. This anime is also about dragons. There are 𝐤𝐩𝐸𝐵 sorcerers, and there are dragons. As far as in term of 𝐤𝐸𝐸𝐵 goes, it's a ridiculously powerful formula that is capable of altering the very laws of physics, and in turn create massive explosions and poisonous gas from plasma and nuclear fission. That's some seriously hardcore physics parodies. Anyways, 2 𝐤𝐸𝐸𝐵 sorcerers named Gaius and Gignia join forces and become fellow bounty hunters, who start pursuing dragons together to make ends meet. And then one day, both of them are requested for an odd yet big job. They have to serve as security guards for a grand festival that is put on by the ruler of the kingdom. But what seemed like a genuine job turns out to be a trap, and a mysterious killing of 𝐤𝐸𝐸𝐵 sorcerers begins just like that. Well, there you go guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. So, did you guys find any anime that you hadn't seen before? Tell me in the comments. This whole thing has started to sound pretty ironic, hasn't it? Also, be sure to leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, you could always consider turning that red subscribe button grey. I post regular content, like every 2 days or so. Well then, without further ado, see you guys in my next video. Until then, stay safe, and watch anime.
連れて行きたきゃ俺を倒してから行けよ。
悪い、やっぱり殺すわこいつ。